It's Friday night. It's been a long, exhausting week. You're scrolling on your phone, and you see an ad for a new pair of expensive headphones you've been eyeing. Instantly, a voice in your head says, "You deserve this. You worked hard. Treat yourself. What's the point of working if you can't enjoy it?" But then, another, quieter voice whispers, "But what about that credit card debt we're trying to pay off? What about our retirement goal? We said we were going to be disciplined this month." This isn't just a simple choice between buying something or not. This is a battle. A quiet, daily, and profoundly important battle being fought inside your mind and inside your bank account. It is a civil war between two versions of you, the person you are today, and the person you are going to become. Today, we are going to explore this internal conflict, drawing on the deep insights of The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. We're going to give these two characters names, understand why one of them almost always wins, and learn how to broker a peace treaty that ensures the person you hope to be in the future has a fighting chance. First, let's meet the two combatants. On one side, you have your present self. This version of you is powerful. They live entirely in the now. They feel the stress of today's workday, the desire for today's pleasure, the fear of missing out on what everyone else is doing right now. To your present self, the future is an abstract concept, a fuzzy, far-off land that doesn't feel real. They are driven by immediate emotions, dopamine, relief, comfort, and gratification. Your present self is a master of justification, an expert at prioritizing short-term pleasure over long-term well-being. On the other side, you have your future self. This version of you is quiet, patient, and has no voice in the present moment. They are the ones who will inherit every single consequence of the decisions your present self makes today. Your future self is a real person, just as real as you are now, with their own hopes, dreams, and anxieties. They are the one who will either enjoy the freedom and security you built for them, or suffer under the burden of the debt you left for them. So why, in this daily battle, does the present self almost always win? There are a few deep-seated psychological reasons. The first is a powerful bias known as present bias. Our brains are wired by evolution to value immediate rewards far more than future rewards. For our ancestors, finding food today was a matter of life and death. The promise of food next month was meaningless if you starved to death this week. This wiring persists. A small, guaranteed pleasure now feels psychologically more powerful and more real than a much larger, more significant pleasure in the distant future. Your present self is holding a cookie. Your future self is only promising a banquet. Your brain wants the cookie. The second reason is our inability to empathize with our future self. As Morgan Housel points out, we view our future selves as strangers. It's hard to feel a real, emotional connection to the person you will be in 20 or 30 years. They don't feel like you, and it's incredibly difficult to make sacrifices today for a stranger you'll meet tomorrow. It's much easier to give in to the wants and needs of the person who is here right now, feeling the stress and desire in this very moment. And finally, the modern world is an accomplice to your present self. It is designed, from top to bottom, to empower your short-term impulses. One-click shopping, buy now pay later services, targeted ads that follow you across the internet, and social media feeds that constantly show you what you're missing out on. All of these are weapons that your present self uses to win the war against your future self. The consequences of this one-sided war are devastating. A life dominated by the decisions of the present self is a life of lifestyle creep, mounting debt, and a constant, nagging feeling of being financially behind. It's a life where you work hard your entire life only to arrive in your 60s with a future filled with anxiety and regret. Every time your present self wins an unnecessary battle for a fleeting pleasure, your future self loses a piece of its freedom. So, how do you stop this cycle? How do you give your future self a voice? You have to actively work to make your future self real, and you have to build systems that protect them from your own predictable impulses. Here's how you start. First, and this is the most important step, make your future self real. The reason it's easy to steal from your future self is because they are a vague abstraction. You need to make them a living, breathing person you care about. Take 10 minutes. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and genuinely imagine yourself in 20 years. Don't just think about numbers. Think about feelings. What do you want that person's life to feel like on a random Tuesday morning? Do you want them to feel a jolt of anxiety when they think about their bills? Or do you want them to feel a sense of calm, peace, and freedom? Imagine their face, their health, their relationships. Feel their potential gratitude for the choices you are making today. The more real and empathetic this vision becomes, the harder it will be to betray that person for a cheap thrill in the present. Second, create a Ulysses pact. In the ancient Greek epic, Ulysses knew he wouldn't be able to resist the deadly song of the sirens. So, he made his sailors tie him to the mast of the ship. He created a system to protect his future self from his present self's predictable weakness. You must do the same. The ultimate Ulysses pact in finance is automation. Automating your savings and investments is the single most effective way to ensure your future self gets paid. Set up an automatic transfer to your investment accounts for the day after you get your paycheck. The decision is made once. Your present self never even has a chance to touch that money. You are tying yourself to the mast of financial discipline. Third, create friction for your present self. The modern world is about removing friction from spending. Your job is to add it back in. Unsave your credit card information from all your online shopping accounts. The simple act of having to get up and find your wallet can be enough to break an impulsive spell. Unsubscribe from marketing emails that tempt you. Institute a personal 24-hour rule for any non-essential purchase over a certain amount. This space between impulse and action is where your rational brain and your empathy for your future self can step in. And finally, reframe saving as a gift. Stop thinking of saving as a sacrifice or a deprivation. That's the language of the present self. Instead, frame it as sending a gift through time. Every dollar you automatically transfer to your investment account is a care package you are sending to the person you are going to become. It's an act of kindness. It's an act of love for your future self. Your financial life is a long, ongoing negotiation between the person you are today and the person you hope to be. The present self will always be louder, more demanding, and more persuasive, with an army of marketers at its back. But it is not wiser. The greatest act of financial maturity is to learn to listen to the quiet whisper of your future self, and to make choices today that they will thank you for tomorrow. This isn't just about managing money. It's about being kind to the most important person in your life, the future you.